So I'm in line at Discount Tire to get my tires checked, and obviously they are showing low pressure because of the cold air, and this line is wrapped around all these buildings and parking lots. So I just was like, let's do a story time. I have nothing but time on my hands right now. So I know that Halloween's tomorrow and everyone's gonna be out trick-or-treating and going to parties and whatever, but I love Halloween. I love special effects makeup. I think it's so cool. But you guys, I've had several years of Halloween mishaps where like my costume just wasn't translated well, and it wasn't just like 1 or 2 here. I've had like a 7 or 8 year run of like where people are like, what are you? Clearly this is a me problem, and after I'm done with the story time, I'm gonna insert photos so you guys know what I'm talking about. But I've had a few years where I've shown up to parties and people have been like, what are you? And I'm not offended because I know I think outside the box, but okay, this one year I was fire, and I got this dress on ASOS, and it was like red and yellow and orange, and honestly, truly, the dress was labeled as galaxy print, but I thought it looked like fire, like volcano lava type situation. So I wore it, and it was the first year we were dating, and he wore a fireman's costume, and I was like gonna be fire, and he was the fireman. Everyone was like, are you foliage in the forest? Are you the planet Mars? Are you stomach bile? Like, and I was like, okay, wow, yeah, like my costume really, no one knows what I am. Next year, I'm like, okay, T, like I worked at MAC for many years. I really want to flex my makeup artist muscles. We're gonna go as something really cool. Like I want to do like scary vampire situation, fake blood, special effects. Like, let's do it. He's like, yeah, that's fine. Because it's easy for him. All he had to do was like wear a white button-down shirt. I got him a cake from like a costume store. So I get fully ready. I'm talking fake blood, horrendous. I literally kind of scared myself when I looked at myself in the mirror, and I went all out. He's like, I'm just not really in the Halloween spirit, and I don't really want to be a vampire, and I'm just gonna get this orange shirt from Target that has a jack-o'-lantern like face on the front of it, and I'm gonna wear a green beanie, and I'm just gonna be a pumpkin. I'm sorry, what? You are like 26, 25, however old we were, and you want to be a pumpkin? Like, first of all, evaluating so many things in this relationship. Second of all, you waited until I like literally made myself look like a corpse. So I'm super annoyed. It's fine. He's like, meet me at my friend's apartment. Can tell you like everything about this whole situation because it's like so ingrained in my brain. He's like, meet me at my friend's apartment once you're fully done getting ready, and it's fine, you look really cool. So I'm like, okay, whatever, completely self-conscious. So I walk through my apartment garage, and I see some people, no one's dressed up, and at this point I look like a lunatic, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's just like early and no one's ready for the night out. And then I walk through his friend's apartment garage to get into his apartment, and nobody's dressed up. And now I'm like, am I living in a simulation, or am I being punked? Because are people celebrating Halloween this specific evening? Why am I literally a walking corpse and no one else is dressed up? So I get into the apartment, and you could literally feel the air go out of the room. Everyone was like, oh, Pam, wow. And to make it worse, every girl there was like sexy sailor, sexy pilot, sexy candle. I mean, whatever you could be that was like not even remotely scary, they were. And here I come in, and I'm like, hey guys. They're not even sure if it's me. Like, I almost had to show ID because I didn't even believe it was me because I looked so frightening. And I'm like mortified. And then we go out and we run into our friends, and everyone's like, hey, how are you? Saying hi to him. And they're like, is that Pam? And I could like honestly give you 10 more stories of situations where I was like really proud of my costume, and then I wear it out and everyone's like, what is that? Like one year I was like working, and I didn't have time to like go buy one. So I just cut out like yellow construction paper, glue it to an old headband that I had, wore a yellow top, and I was like, I'm the sun. And I felt like it was really obvious, but I wore it out, and everyone was like, oh, are you like Ariel's dad from Little Mermaid? That's your guess. You guessed a Disney character before you guessed something that you see every single day? Like, what? How did I miss the mark? I don't think I missed the mark. I don't know. I think it's like everyone else's issue. Because, like, why didn't you know that? Oh, and then one last story, because I can't even believe I almost didn't tell you guys this one. This just happened last year. So last year we went to a Halloween party, and you know, it was kind of last minute again, of course, theme of my life. And we decided not to get dressed up, but I did want to paint my face and do something fun and cute and creative. Keep in mind, I have PTSD from all of the past years of costume flops. And so I was like, this is gonna be so obvious, and it's just gonna be fun and effortless, and let's just go and you know, do the thing. And so I paint my face like a skull, and I don't have a ton of time to paint off the teeth, go through your cheek, but I feel like I did create a very skull-like bone structure. And of course I'll insert a photo. I walk into the party, and the party that we went to was thrown by someone who's a little bit older. They had kids that were in elementary school. So it was a lot of little kids running around, and I honestly think I scared a few of them, which is fine. You know, I guess my costume worked, didn't really mean to. And I saw a lot of the moms whispering, and basically I overheard a couple of conversations of people trying to figure out what I was, but no one actually directly came up to me and asked. At this point, I'm just you know what, Pam, Halloween is not for you. I think you wear enough makeup every single day to compensate for this one holiday, so it's just let it go. So I'm eating in the corner by myself, and I think I'm on Instagram because I have no one to talk to. And this one girl is pretty drunk, and she comes up to me at the end of the night, and she's like, okay, we're leaving, you know, nice to meet you. And I'm like, thanks. And she was like, hey, we're just all debating, we just don't know what you are, and are you supposed to be a tiger? What? And what zoo? So I said, no, I'm not. And I'm so polite. I'm not a rude person. So I was like, no, I'm not a tiger. Actually, I'm a skull. So, you know, not an animal at all, but thank you. You know, and she's like, oh yeah, okay. We just could not tell. And I was just oh man, yeah. So, all right. I don't know how that fell through the cracks. I don't know how it did, but you guys, I think I don't have Halloween down, which is shocking because I wear a ton of makeup, and you think that would just be in the bag for me, but it's not.